which is even scarier because I was just in the restroom, but no shit, there's a whole sign about how to avoid swine flu. Men's restroom, I shit you not. It says like, cover your mouth and sneeze. I'm like, oh crap, maybe some points affected. My two favorite euphemisms for sex. This one comes with a story. My dear departed friend strapped me up with this one, trail mix. And it's either rough sex or someone who's worthy of rough sex, as in, look at that piece of trail mix over there.
Oh.
And it comes from a line he freestyled, and I quote, he was straight. I need a thick chick, I can't be fucking with frail chicks, because when I bust a nut, all the pussy's looking like trail mix.
Oh.
I want to introduce this second one here. A euphemism for sodomy. Playing Scrabble. The piece will explain it. This is a letter I wrote last week. I haven't sent it. The reason I haven't sent it yet is because when I do, I want to add a petition to it. I know I'm in a room full of activists. I would adore and be very grateful if anyone wants to help me get this petition together. Dear makers of the official Scrabble Players Dictionary, 4th edition, as published by Merriam-Webster. First, let me express my elation upon receiving your product. When my parents surprised me with your book for my birthday, I immediately began scrabbling through the pages to learn new words. That's Scrabble as in the claw I wrote about frantically. Jejune, uninteresting or childish. Camson, a hot, dry wind oceloid, having qualities or characteristics of an ocelot and my personal favorite. Mobakanga, that's M-B-A-G-A-N-G-A, a South American dance music. You see, makers of the official Scrabble Players Dictionary, 4th edition, a good amount of my enthusiasm stems from being a slam poet. And if there's anything slam poetry and Scrabble have in common, it's that one, it's not about using the big words so much as knowing when to use the small ones. And two, the point is not to prove you're better or have a larger vocabulary than your opponent so much as screw them over mathematically. Makers of the official Scrabble Players Dictionary, 4th edition. I write because I'm having a little trouble with the definition provided by your text. Now, it's not like I went through the pages looking for curse words. Besides, every Scrab player worth their salt knows only the tournament edition of the official Scrabble Player Dictionary has those. But I was browsing the S's when I found, on page 540 in paperback, that you define sodomy as, noun, unnatural copulation.
Wow.
Unnatural. I'm heterosexual. Still, your book was published in 2005 and approved by Milton Bradley. I would like to think that you'd be a little more, I don't know, sensitive. I realize this is a family game, and that you might be going off some biblical definition pertaining to Sodom and Gomorrah but one. Are you saying that me sticking my dick in someone's ear or nose counts as sodomy? And two, more importantly, homophobic much? I know that Scrabble has one flaw, is that it only teaches you words, not their definitions. Your dictionary's purpose isn't to educate, only confirm or deny the existence of a word some poor smuck like me might put down in a game. Because your dictionary isn't meant to educate, every word only has one definition and 8 letters or less. How ironic that you call sodomy unnatural when the definition of unnatural, 9 letters, doesn't grace the same pages. Also, there's 10 letters in copulation. I'm not here to compare you to the Third Reich, but how easy would it be to redefine sodomy as anal coitus, since you already define anal as pertaining to the anus, copulate as to engage in coitus, coitus as sexual intercourse, and sex as the property by which organisms are classified according to reproductive functions, male and female. This leads me to believe Scrabble players have limited knowledge of sex as a whole. As a Scrab head, I can attest a date. Maybe I'm stereotyping. Then again, you're the ones who labeled unnatural a practice that, like Scrabble, is enjoyed by millions, including straight couples in groups of 2 to 4. Jokes aside, some of us are more than our habits or lifestyle choices. Some of us refuse to be placed inside boxes. Some of us are bigger than one definition. Some of us believe the universe doesn't make unnatural. As a poet, I know words can do more than captivate an audience for a half hour, despite the idiom about sticks and stones at best. Words can have the power to ignite social change. Please don't think I lack a sense of humor, intend to stop playing board games, or are wholly unsatisfied by your product. However, I would be glad if all future editions rectified the snafu born of a history of prejudice, not merely for the dignity of homosexuals, but for the sake of future generations, already contaminated by dwindling grammar, unaware that sodomy is more than a word worth at least 12 points in Scrabble. I hope I haven't taken up too much of your time. It's just that if Scrabble and the civil rights movement have taught me anything, it's that the longer you wait to share your words, the less chance you'll have in time and space to use them.